If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting, the appetite may sicken, and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! No more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea. Naught enters there, but what validity and pitch soe'er. It falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That moment was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress, she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath the heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, those sovereign thrones, are all supplied, and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Lyceum. Perchance he's not drowned. What think you, sailor?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madame, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you, hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him to practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion on those dolphins' back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority, the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours hence from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature as in name,
What is his name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count, that died some 12 months since. Then, leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow, what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, for she'll admit no kind of suit, no, not the duke's.
There's a fair behavior in thee, captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, Yet of thee, I will believe thou hast a mind which suits with this thy fair and outward character. Prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music, which will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap, to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
My niece to take the death of her brother thus. I'm sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier o' nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exception to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And be they not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in one night, here, to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
Why, he's as tall a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'll say so. He plays on the voile de gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural, for besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler. And but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add. Moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat or drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn o'er the toe like a parish tub. What wench? Castiliano Volgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Aguecheek.
Sir Toby felt. Oh no, Sir Toby felt.
Sweet Sir Andrew!
That's you, fair Shrew. And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
Good mistress, accost, and desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress, Mary, accost.
You mistake it. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, sail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, wouldst thou might never draw sword again.
And you let part, so I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sure, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. Well, what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir. I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see a canary put me down. Methinks I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I think that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or oh, the time and the tongues as I have in fencing and dancing and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
I would not have mended my hair.
Past question! Thou seest it will not curl by nature.
It becomes me well enough, does it not?
Excellent! It hangs like flax on a distaff. I soap to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-to-1 she'll none of me. The Count's gentleman here heard my woozer.
She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I heard her swear it. Tut there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. Why, I'm the fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the money to it.
And I think I've the back tricks simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have them a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust, like Mistress Mull's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong and different well as a dun-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and heart.
No, sir. It is legs and thighs. Faith, let's go.
If the Duke continue these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. We have known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario? Oh,
On your attendance, my lord, here.
stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall grow, till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord, what then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend the better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attendant, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. The barful strife, whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell you where that saying was born of, I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars! And that may you be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it. Says them that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou art as witty a piece of yeast flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Make your excuse wisely, you are best. My lady comes.
Wit, and it be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. But I, that am sure lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to your dry fool. I'll no more of you.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mends, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If not, this simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty is a flower. The lady may take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Mispresent to the highest degree. Lady, cuculis non facit monachum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul's in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
No more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do so until the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make him the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing of your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for tuppence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel that your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary man that had no more wit than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest I do take these wise men that crow so at these said kind of fools no better than the fool Zanes.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, skillful, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now, Mercury, undo thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman, much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speak nothing but madmen. Fie on him.
Go you, my William. If it be a suit from the count, I am sick, or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains. For here he comes. One of thy kin has a most weak pia mater.
By mine honor, half drunk! What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman?
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman. Ugh! Plague on these pickled herrings. How now, Sot? How now, Toby Belts?
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lettery? I defy lettery. There's one at the gate.
Aye, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil and he will, I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, that's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One dropped above the heat makes him a fool. The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit where my cuz, for he is in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yond young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes it on him to understand as much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of this as well, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, my lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and says he'll stand at the gate like a sheriff's post, and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind?
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no.
Of what personage and years is he?
Not quite old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a codling, or a peascod before 'tis an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water, between boy and man. He is very well favored, and he speaks very shrewishly. One should think that his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come.
Throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good gentlewoman, tell me if you are the lady of the house.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. This is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
'Tis the more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have a reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I'm to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, if the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would, I was secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To many others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady,
A comfortable doctrine! And much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
in Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good gentleman, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis a grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips, indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Will you sit hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense to that you were crowned with the non-virile of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, fresh and stainless youth, and voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him.
If I did love you in my master's flame, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them aloud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills. Make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me?
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make a sort of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage?
gentleman.
Oh, how besworn thou art! Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now, even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him, would I or no. Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hide him, Malvolio.
Lady, I will.
Do I know not what, and fear to find mine eyes too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Delinquency of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave your leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me know whither thou art bound.
No suit, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagance. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep it. Therefore it charges me the rather in manners to express myself. Then you must know me, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messling, whom I know you heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in the same hour. If the heavens had been so pleased, would we have so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour, before you took me from the beach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not, with such estimable or far wonder, believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She has drowned already, sir, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me at least be thy servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you've recovered, desire it not. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
Oh, the gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would have very shortly seen thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so. The danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace I've since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one more thing, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it to be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her. Her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue. She did speak in sorts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring? Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were better live a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Sir Andrew, not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and deliculo surgery thou knowest.
Nay, by my troth I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Therefore, let us eat and drink. Marion, I say, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three? Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
Why, the fool is a very gracious fooling. I had rather at 40 shillings I had such a leg, or so sweet a breast to sing as the fool has. That was a very gracious fooling last night when thou spokest of bigger grammatis of the Fabians passing the equinoctial of Quitus. 'Twas very good in faith. I sent thee 6 pence for thy leman, hadst it?
I did impeticos thy gratility, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent. Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now a song.
Come on, here's 6 pence. Let's have a song.
Oh, there's a testral of me too, if one night.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life? A love song, a love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. Back and sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers' greeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good thing.
Good, good. Oh, what is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Oh, present must have present laughter. Every wise man's son doth know. In the lay there lies no plenty. So come and kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's the stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice as high tonight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious in faith.
To hear by the nose it is dulcet indeed. But shall we make the welkin dance? Shall we rouse the night owl with such a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that? Yeah!
And you love me, let's do it! I am dog at a catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let it catch me, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I would be constrained in it to call you knave knight.
This is not the first time I'm constrained to want to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good. Come, begin.
Hold thy peace, and I bid thee hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, thou knave. Hold thy peace, and I bid thee hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, thou knave. Hold thy peace, and I
What
bid thee hold
catapult
thy
do you
peace.
keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's a Catayan. We are politicians, and Malvolio's a Pega-Ramsey.
And free merry men be we.
Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady!
There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fooling.
Aye, he'd do well enough if he be disposed. But he does it with a better grace. And I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December,
Oh, God, peace.
peace. Hold thy peace, and I give thee hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, thou knave. Hold thy
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have you no manners, wit, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make an ale house of my lady's house, that you squeak out your cosier's catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, or time in you?
We kept the time in our catches. Snack up!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that, though she harbors you as her kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it please you to take leave of my lady, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Is't even so?
But I will never die. Sir Toby, there you lie.
This is much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go? What and if you do? Shall I bid him go and spare him now? Oh no, 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 you dare not. Out of your tune, sir. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale? Yes, by Saint Anne, and ginger will be hot in the mouth, too. Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it, by this hand.
Go shake your ears. 'Twere as good indeed as to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him to the field and to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or deliver thy indignation by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay-word and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of a Puritan.
I thought that I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight?
Well, I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The double Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser. An affectioned ass that can state without book, and utters it by great swaths. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith, that all that look on him, love him. And all that vice in him will my revenge find no cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think by the letters thou wilt drop that they are from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physical will work on him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Princess Leia.
She's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Come, knight, thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for more money, knight. If thou hadst her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me.
Let's burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship that should sing it.
Who was it?
Bastide the jester, my lord. A fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He's about the house.
Seek him out, and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
gives a very echo to the seat where love is thrown.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favorite,
What kind of woman is it?
of your complexion, probably.
She is not worthy then. What years of faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she, level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so, to die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come. The song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones, do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Hi, prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress, let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white, stuck all with you, oh, prepare it. My part in death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin, let there be strewn. Not a friend, greet my poor corpse, for my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to say, where? Sad poor lover, never find my grave to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy God protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta. For thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business be everything, and their intent everywhere. For that's it, that makes a good voyage of nothing. Fare thee well.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. Hearts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her, I owe it as giddily as fortune. But 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can buy the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver, but the palate. It suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well was love women to men may own. In faith they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, who, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will. For still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste, give her this jewel. Say my love can give no place, by no denay.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exalt, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again and fool him black and blue, will we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is the pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get you all three into the box street. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Clothe in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. Sliding and so beat the road.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Rogue.
There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe. Being 3 months married to her, sitting in my estate, calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I had left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles!
Oh, peace, peace, peace. Now.
7 of them, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Nor silence be drawn from us with the cards yet. Peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
Take the applause from this set!
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes, having cast me upon your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Outstand!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our clock.
Besides, you waste the value of your time with a foolish knight.
That
it's me. I warned you.
One Sir Andrew.
'Twas, I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Oh, he's in the spirits of humor, intimate reading aloud to him.
Why, this is my lady's hand. These be her C's, her U's, her T's. And thus she makes her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's? Her U's and her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases, by her leave wax soft. And the impressure her lucrece, with which she uses the seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not tell, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The number's altered. No man must know. Oh, if this should be thee, Malvolio.
Mary, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence, like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless strokes my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A Thespian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
And with what wing the Stanley checks at it.
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is open. There is no obstruction in this. And the end. What should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make this resemble something in me. Soft. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that he's now at a cold scent.
Saturn would cry upon it for all this, though it be rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio. M. Why, that begins my name.
Did not I say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
But then, there is no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and had you an eye behind you, you'd see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters is in my name. Soft, here follows prose. If this falls into thy hands, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fortunes open their hands. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them. And, to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast aside thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises for thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings of late, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would offer services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Why, daylight and champion discovers not more. This is open. I will be bold. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point devise the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites me to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my legs being cross-gartered. And in this, she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction, drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be proud, stout, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose, but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smile becomes thee well. Therefore, in my presence, smile still, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I will not give my part in this work for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench device.
So can I, too.
And ask for no other dowry but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble gold catcher.
Shall I play my freedom at the trade trip and make me thy bond slave?
Or am I neither.
Thou hast put such a dream into him that when the image of it leaves him, he can do none but run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work on him?
Like aquavitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you'll see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou my most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
We will now have 10 intermissions in a row, 1 minute each.
Save thee, friend, from thy music. Dost thou live by thy table?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No, sir, I do live by the church, for I do live in my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say a king lies by a beggar, if the beggar dwells with him. Or the church stands by thy table, if thy table stand by the church.
You have said, sir. To see this age, a sentence as but a chevrel's glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore, sir, my sister had had no name.
Why? Man,
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, sir, words are very rascals, since bonds disgrace them.
thy reason? Man?
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words. And words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are as to husbands as pilchers are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, now pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now, Joven is a commodity of hair, send me a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one. Oh, I would not have it grow on my chin. Is that lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging but a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will consent to them whence you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons, and the time, and, like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. For folly that he wisely shows his fit, but wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Du veux garder, monsieur?
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur?
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house, sir? My lady is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I'm bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she's the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than do I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir. To enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
You's a rare courtier. Rain odors well.
My matter hath no voice, lady, but your own most pregnant and vouchsafed you.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. I'll get them all three ready.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
Madam, my duty, most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him. For his thoughts would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I beg you never speak again of him.
But, would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, did I fear me? Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew not of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake, and baited with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? One of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not a grise, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock abraids me with a waste of time. Do not be afraid, good youth. I will not have you. Yet, when wit and youth has come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay. I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. Murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesarium, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth in everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo. Thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have but one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so would you, good madam, nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet, come again. For thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now pours the heart his love.
No, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
Must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's gentleman than ever she bestowed upon me. Mary, I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee in the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
I'll prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
They have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should have then accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint. You should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off. And now you are sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
And it be any way, it must be with valor, for policy I hate. I'd as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then build thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge the Count's youth to fight with you. Hurt him in 11 places. My lady shall note it.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go. Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and be brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thou'st him some thrice, 'twill not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, though it be as large as the bed of Ware in England, put him down. Let gall be in thy ink, though thou write with a goose feather. Go, about it.
Where shall I find you?
We shall call thee the cubiculo. Go!
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
He has been dear to me some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Ne'er will I. There's no more blood in the liver than can clog the foot of a flea, or I'll eat the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Here comes the little wren.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourselves into stitches, follow me. Yon Galmovolio is turned heathen, a very renegado. For there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings
And cross garters.
most villainously, like a pendant that keeps a school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter I drop to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make pledge of your pain, I will no longer chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than fouled steel, did spur me forth. Not all love to see you, though as much as might have drawn one to a far longer voyage. But jealousy of what might befall your travel, being skillless in these parts, which to a stranger often prove rough and unhospitable, my willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in that pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks and ever thanks. And off good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But where my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealings. What's to do today? Shall we go see the relics of the city?
Best first is your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorial things of fame that do renown this city.
I would that you pardon me. I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count's galleys, I did some service of such a note indeed, that were I ta'en here, it should scarce be answered.
Belike you slew a great number of his people?
The offense is not such bloody nitro. About the quality of the time and the quarrel, it might well have given us rise to bloody argument. It might since have been answered in the repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. I myself stood apart, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dearly.
Then do not walk too open.
Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the southern suburbs, at the Elephant, is best to find lodging. I will bespeak or diet, will you beguile the time, and feed your knowledge with the viewing of this town. There, you shall have it.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. And your store, I think, sir, is not for such idle market.
I will be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant!
I do remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more often begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil, and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He is coming, madam. But in very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he should come. For sure, the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be.
Sweet lady, ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction of the legs, this cross-gartering. But what of that? If it please the eye of one, then it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hand, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Thou go to bed, Malvolio.
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee! Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
Malvolio.
At your request, yes, nightingales answer daws.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Huh?
some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings?
and wished to see thee cross-gartered?
Cross-gartered?
Go to! Thou art made if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness!
Madam, the young gentleman from the court of Ossinos is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good, Mariah, let this... fellow be looked to. Where is my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I will not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. Why, this concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him. For she incites me to this in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she, be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets out the manner how, as a sad face, a reverent carriage, a slow tongue, in the manner of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away just now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor by my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together, so that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance, what can be said? Nothing can be that can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of all sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possess him, yet I'll speak with him.
Here he is. Here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off! I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off!
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you, Sir Toby, my lady raised you to have a care of him.
Ah, does she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Oh, now, my baka. How dost thou, Chuck?
Sir!
I bid thee come with me. What, man? 'Tis not for gravity to play a cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, mates?
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all! You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His genius
possession of the device, man. Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter. Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already of the belief that he is mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee a finder of madmen. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. I would there's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
Aye, is it? I warrant it. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will give thee no reason for it.
A good note, that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But thou liest in thy throat.
Very brief, and to exceeding good sense, less.
I will waylay thee going home, where, if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep on the windy side of the law.
Fare thee well. Pray God have mercy on one of our souls. Though he may have mercy on mine, my hope is better. So look to thyself, thy friend as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this moves him not, his legs cannot. Go. Scout him for me at the corner of the orchard like a bumbailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, swear. And as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof might avert him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Ah! Now, will not I deliver this letter? The behavior of the gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity in breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. Therefore, this letter being so excellently ignorant, I will deliver his indignation by word of mouth. Set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into such a horrid opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till they take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for the challenge.
I have said too much into a heart of stone and laid mine honor to unsharing on it. There is something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not. Hath no time to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honor save me upon asking you.
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature art the wrongs thou hast done, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Therefore, dismount thy tuck, be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you.
Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, but take you to your guard. For your opposite hath within him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is a knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier, and on carpet consideration. But he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word. Give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I've heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. I feel like this is a man of that quirk.
No, sir. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house unless you undertake that with me, with which as much safety you might answer him. Therefore on, or strip your sword stark naked, for metal thou must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I do beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
Beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. He is the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I'm one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my metal.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I've not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hits the ground they step on. They say he has been a fencer to the soap.
Son, and I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he cannot now be pacified. Signor Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Leg on it. And I thought he was so valiant and cunning in fence. I'd have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip. I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good chaunt. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. He has given up his horse for the challenge. I have convinced him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him and pants and looks as pale as if a bear were at his heels.
No remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Mary, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will fight with you for honor's sake. He cannot by the duello avoid it. He promises, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on to it.
For God, he keep his oath.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
If this young gentleman hath done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir! Why, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Victor took him all here to the officers.
I will be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up if you please.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Conversino.
You do mistake me. No, sir, no jot. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head.
This comes with seeking you. I must obey. There is no remedy. What will you now that my necessity forces me to ask of you some of my purse? You stand amazed, but be of comfort. Come, sir, away. I must entreat of you of some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you showed me here, in part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my copper.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest you make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any other feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling drunkenness, or any other tainted vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, away.
Let me speak a little. This youth you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, was reviled with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I do devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle did prove this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there is no blemish but the mind. None can call deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the most beauteous evils are but empty trunks, over and flourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Come, sir, away.
Lead on. Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, am now be taken for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper or a couplet or two of the most sage thaws.
Named Sebastian. I my brother know yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor did Sebastian go, and this fashion color ornament for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove true, tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty shows itself in leaving his friend in necessity and denying him. For his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward. He's religious in it.
I can after him again and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but ne'er draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, less to the event.
I dare slay any money, 'twill be nothing yet. Well held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak to her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. He has heard the word of some great man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I feared this great lover of the world would prove a cockney. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. If you tarry any longer, I will give worse payments.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report. After 14 years' purchase.
That, sir, have I met you again? Here's for you.
Why, there's for thee! And there! Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, I'll throw your dagger over the house! This I will tell my lady straight. I will not be in some of your coats for tuppence. Come on, sir, hold!
him first, but it's no matter for that.
Let go of my hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my good soldier. You are well fleshed. Come on.
I will be free of thee. What wouldest thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you. Hold, Toby! On my life I charge thee, hold! Madam, will it ever be thus? A gracious wretch!
Fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners new were preached. Out of my sight.
Be not offended, dear Cesario.
Run, speak! Be gone!
I pray thee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine and thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad? Or else this be a dream? Let fancy still my sense and let these steep. If this be the dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, my pretty. Would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so and so be.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Toby the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whiles.
Well, I'll put it on and I'll dissemble myself in it. And I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student, but to be said a honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter. Jove bless thee, Master Parson. Buenos dias, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen nor ink very witchily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that but that, and is but is? To him, Sir Topas. What ho, I say, peace in this prison. The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topas the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topas, good Sir Topas, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies? Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topas, never was man thus wronged.
By thou dishonest Satan, I use the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topas.
Why, it hath bay windows as transparent as barricadoes, and the clerestories to the south, north,
house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou of this opinion?
I think very nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Very well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, and I will allow thy wits and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Farewell!
Sir Thomas! Sir Thomas!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightest have done this without that beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and give us word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he would be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am already so far in offense with my niece, that I can no longer carry with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by my chamber. Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how my lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, pretty.
Fool!
That's why is she so?
Fool, I say!
Loves another. Who calls, huh?
Good fool! If ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to candle and ink, pen and paper. It shall advantage thee more than e'er the bearing of letter did.
Master Malvolio.
Ay, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, sir. Then thou art mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Thomas!
Maintain no word with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. God buy you, good Sir Topaz. Marry, amen. I will, sir. I will.
Fool! Fool! Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am shent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will help you to light and paper and ink.
I'll requite it thee in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain. But with dagger of laugh, in his rage and his wrath, cries a heart to the devil. Like a mad lad, pare the nail that, a true good man, devil.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me I do feel it and see it, and though 'tis wonder that it wraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where is Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to speak me out. His counsel now might do me golden counsel. And though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason to but any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet, 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs with such a smooth, stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something deceivable in it, but here the lady comes.
Wait, not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and this holy man into the chantry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight to me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. Ye shall conceal it, and whiles you are willing, it shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I will follow this good man and go with you, and ever swearing truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and let the heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Why, sir? The better for my foes, and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Why? My friends praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass. So that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, sir, I am abused. So, conclusions to be as kisses, and if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
Troth, no, sir. Though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, just this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner as to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, secundo, tertio is a good play. The old saying is the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure. Or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know that I'm here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, a lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you said, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will wake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable. With such scatheful grapple did he make of the most noble bottom of our fleet. that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and her frock from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put such strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names that you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ungrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas, enraged and foamy mouth, did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without pretension or restraint. All his dedication. For his sake did I expose myself into the dangers of this adverse town. Drew to defend him while he was beset, where, being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing, while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no itchrum, no minute, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario?
Good, my lord.
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to that old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ears howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out, that e'er devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even would it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor. Live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly. Him will I tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe with mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most joking, apt, and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er shall I love wife. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish my life for the tainting of my love.
I, me, detested, how I am beguiled.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario. Husband! Stay.
Husband.
I, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals itself before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremonies of this compact, sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath pulled me toward my grave, I have traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling come! What wilt thou be when time hath sort of grizzle on thy case? Or will not thy craft so quickly grow, that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell and take her, but direct thy feet, for thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest!
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
Has broken my head across, and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I had rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him as a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario.
Lifelings, here he is. You broke my head across for nothing. And that I did, I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespake you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he'd have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen, how is it with you?
That's all one. Has hurt me, and there's the end on't. Sot, did see Dick Surgeon Sot? Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour gone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning. Then he's a rogue, and a passing measures pavin. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with them! Who hath made this havoc with them? I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead? And a coxcomb? And a knave? A thin-faced knave? A gull?
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I'm sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. But if it had been the brother of my blood, I would have done no less wit and sin. You throw a strange regard to me, and by that I do perceive that I need to offend you. Pardon me, sweet one, for the vows we made but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit in 2 persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio! Oh, my dear Antonio! How the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in 2 had no more twin than these 2. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stay in there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges devoured. Of charity, tell me, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messaline. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall on your cheek, and say thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He indeed finished his mortal act, that day that made my sister 13 years.
Nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine and usurped attire. Do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola, which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew in that you would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are both betrothed to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy rack. Boy, thou didst say 1,000 times thou shouldst never love a woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings will I keep as true in soul, as doth the fire that orbed continent, that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that hath my maid's garments is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. The most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his.
How does he, sirrah? Why, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the staves, and as well as a man in his case may do. Has he written a letter to you? I should have delivered it today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so skill's not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Listen and be well edified, as a fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
How now art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow thoughts.
Prithee, read in thy right wits.
So I do, madam, but to read in his right wits is to read thus. Therefore prepend my princess and give ear.
Read it you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, thou dost wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you put me in darkness, and have given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses, as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think of me as well as sister, as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it. So please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you have called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this day be your master's mistress.
A sister! You are she!
Is this the madman?
I, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Why you peruse that letter? You cannot now deny 'tis your hand. Write from it if you can in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, granted then. Can tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor. Bid me come smiling and cross-guarded to you. To frown on so Toby and the lighter people. And, acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that ever invention played on? Tell me why!
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess much like the character, but out of the question. 'Tis Mariah's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in this letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and the authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl come to taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. In hope it shall not, most freely I confess. Myself and Toby hath set this device upon Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries on both sides be justly weighed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one in this interlude, sir, one Sir Topus, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad! But do you remember, madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And so the whirligig of time brings in its revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you!
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Seek him out, and treat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and when golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man, but when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When that I was but a little tiny boy with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, and the rain it rained every day. When that I came to a great man's estate with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, gets knaves and thieves, men shut their gates, and the rain it raineth every day. When that I came at last to wife with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, and the rain it raineth every day. When that I came at last to bed with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, the tosspots still had drunken heads, and the rain it raineth every day. The great while ago the world had begun with hey-ho, but that's all when our play is done, and we'll strive to